Welcome, Cancer, to your 6th through the 12th of February reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. This will be the last reading for our beautiful winter table. So until next time, kind of sad. I love looking at it every Christmas, every winter. It is just gorgeous, but now it's time to put it all away, right? So, okay, guys, let's move forward and see what's going on with you. This message is coming out. Message, please. Okay, we do have the justice, fairness, and truth. I've got the justice card coming out. Everything looks like it's going to be very balanced within this situation. It's like with the daydreaming, you are like searching for these purposes. You're going to be opening these doors, these ideas. Remember that some of the doors that are opening are not always the greatest. Now, we always say that, what comes to you is for you, but it's also for learning as well. So be careful where you want to, just because you have a beautiful looking cup doesn't mean there's not snakes underneath the whipped cream, right? Learning lessons, those opportunities to learn, to grow. But do you always need such things? I guess you would if you decided to take such things, right? Without thinking about the situations. Everybody's story is different. I know I've gone through some of those things myself where it was like, but I really didn't need that. Why didn't I think about that earlier? Why did I allow that to continue to keep going on? I should have just listened to my intuition and went away the other direction, right? But yeah, over here we have a tower, we have a snake, we have a wolf, a fox, conniving energy. So, but then you have this beautiful horseshoe and you have, you know what I'm saying? So there's like some doors that are going to be very, very good for you, but there's always, where there's negative, there's positive. Right. So it's, it's always about finding the best cup over here. Doors. So yes, some are just not good, right? They're going to bring harsh lessons that it's not always 100% necessary. So really pay attention, right? Because if you know that it feels misleading, there's your lesson. Then you knew it felt misleading. You should have walked the other way, right? There's going to be things that feel a temptation. Stubborn ox, right? Temptation and temperance. It's almost like if you take that one, only time will tell until you get yourself into hot water, right? So definitely being sensible about the situation. I do feel like there's going to be some kind of justice that went on. Maybe you guys can say, you know what, this has already taken place and I'm feeling the justice now. I'm feeling like the justice is being served from this situation because I've already was there. This already took place. For some of you, I do feel like there is a temptation that's coming around, and it's almost like Spirit is asking you to be careful. Be careful where you're testing these waters. Be careful, right? Be sensible about the situation. Figure out what the meaning is. Figure out what the lesson is. Figure out if you can just walk away from this one without having to put a foot in the water, right? Because sometimes we don't even need to test those waters. The crazy thing about some of the situations is sometimes we have to test the water and then get the hell out of there right away, right? Before we end up drowning. Why? Because there's those reasons. Some reasons seem meaningless, but yet they have so much meaning. You'll figure it out later, right? Saving money. It does feel like there is a lot of self-improvement coming towards this situation. There's a lot of solid foundation that you're going to move to either after this situation has happened or now. Time is fluid. So like I said, whether this already happened and you're moving into this place now, or it's going to get ready to happen and it's going now. Okay. Because it causes some kind of friction with the devil. There's some kind of friction, but it does feel like whatever the situation was, it was something that you had to learn to detach from, But it did feel like it was some kind of learning lesson you have. Why do I feel that? I'm sorry, I have to, it just feels like you had to be in this area for some reason, or you're going to be in this reason, in this situation for some reason. So that you can pull out stronger. Hold on, guys. I want to clarify on this situation because I do feel like this was a lesson learned. Like, you had to take this for the justice, for this to be justified. You guys have already gone through this. You may already know, you know what? That's right. It did have to go that way. No matter what, I had to put my foot into that hot ass water to get this situation done. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have what I have today. Because like, okay, wait, hold on. So let me see something. Yeah, because it was the place that you had to be a leader. It was the place you had to overcome the challenge. It was like, but I had to see the bigger picture to the situation before it got too deep. But it had to go this way. It had to be this way. This isn't one, okay, so this isn't one of those things where it's like the spirit is saying, okay, well, don't drink from this. Like you had to take all the whipped cream off. Like you had to do this until you got to the snake. That was like inevitable. Like it has to happen. I'm telling you, some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. 100. Like this had to, if it didn't happen this way, then I wouldn't have what I have now and I wouldn't be the leader. It was the judgment call. It had to be that way. I had to travel that way. There was nothing around this. And like I said, for those of you who are going into this direction right now, it's like, it's your calling. You have to do, it's your calling. You have to do that. As shitty as it is going to be. It doesn't last long, right? It doesn't feel like it's something that lasts a long time, though. It's not like 5 years later. It doesn't feel like it's really that long for the majority of you. It feels like it's something that was, it was like, I put my foot in, and then I took it right, you know what I mean? And then all this shit goes down, and then I have to take my foot out. And it was fleeting. It was fast. It was, it was bam. What is it, though? Yeah, but it was something I have to do. Because otherwise it won't make the absolution that was needed. It wouldn't make the balance. It wouldn't make the 2 cards of karma. It wouldn't make the purpose. It won't make the progress. It's integrating this way, and it has to be this way because this is the divine way. This is the divine way it has to be for the ultimate purpose. Of whatever the hell it is. Maybe you guys had to take a really shitty job with a really shitty boss. I don't know. But you knew you had to do it to make certain kind of money. And it was like, but if I didn't do it, I wouldn't be in the area I am now. So I had to like chin up, go in, get the work done, do what I have to do, and then hold on and take what I need to take and get out of it, right? Because that was the only way that I could, because it shows some of you took a huge financial hit. But see, it says karmic lesson served. So it could have been something that had to do with karma. Maybe you were teaching them a horrible lesson, and that's why. Maybe it's like, you know what I mean? Because what comes around goes around. And even if you're not involved in the situation, Spirit sometimes uses us as the warrior, right, that has to come in to teach this other person a lesson, right? Because somebody has to teach someone a lesson. So maybe you did something, I don't know, but it's going to make this karmic balance like lesson learned for them, and you got what you needed, because it's going to make this beautiful positive change. Oh my gosh. And bring in spiritual prosperity. I don't know what, everybody's is going to be a little bit different, but it has something to do with a loss. It has something to do with some kind of karmic justice arguments. It's going to make them, you already feel very untrustworthy towards this situation. That's why you're going to pull before it's too late, because it's too unpredictable about how this is going to be. It's almost like kind of shady in its own way. I'm sorry, guys. It is. It's kind of shady in its own way, but it plays out for a reason. And I think it's because you know that the person that you're dealing with was acting pretty fucking shady. I'm sorry. And you knew it. But you were like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do what I need to do. And then I'm going to take everything that I have and I'm going to leave, because I don't know what's going on within this situation. I don't trust it. And it was a great karmic lesson, though, for the situation to get yourself right back to where you need it. You were already on the right track, though. Oh, this person was learning some kind of lesson. It brings in your 9 of Cups. Maybe it's an ex or something, or I don't know, guys. I don't know what it is, right? There's too many things going in my head. It could have been teaching the baby's daddy a big lesson, mama, whatever. I don't know. Could have been about jealousy, money. I don't know, but it comes out with this big victory. And this person's like completely 100% out of lack of control, and there is a lot of exhaustion and a lot of justice, a lot of coldness and direct communication going on. So no matter what, there was a lot of direct communication, or is going to be a lot of direct communication coming on. Like I said, for some of you, it's like from the past coming to the present. There is... they manipulated the situation and you're just like backed off from the situation. You're like, nope, that you got the sun coming in. It could end up with them end up with 3 of Swords, because they didn't see how it's going to be. But you pull out so fast to the situation that it's almost like, okay, that's fine, because you know what? Because I know where this is going to lead, and I don't want to get trapped. 10 of Swords. It's almost like you're seeing it before it's happening. That's why it was in and out. Even if it was months, it's still, we're going on divine timing over here. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was like 3 or 4 months, it's almost like they're getting, if it was a job and they really were messing up, messing around, they're really getting their karmic dues. Karmic card again. Well, you invested a lot of time, and it's this but you know what's funny is, like, I put in the hard work, but I only invested in the time of what I said I was going to invest in, because I'm not going to sit here, because I can't sit here, because it will affect everything that's going on in my life. Because you see, it was almost like you had this vision as the visionary, as the King of Wands. You're like, I had this vision that this was going to happen. I have a vision of this breaking. I see this falling apart. So I'm only going to persevere, work as hard as I can to get the sustainable results that I need, and invest the time that it's needed before I leave, because I know I can't sit here forever. But you do still have a lot of open doors, and I still think that you see all these other open doors coming for this purpose, no matter what. So, and you know it, though. You're like, but I can't waste time here, because I do have all these other, I'm still daydreaming, I'm still manifesting, I'm still waiting for this other door. So it's almost like you're doing this, so once the karma's done, and then it's just like, oh, I'm done with that. And then you're giving back to the situation, and now you're giving and receiving where it needs to be on a different end. The King of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles. You can't get any better than that, because now it says, yeah, I got the positive potentials going on. I see new things and new doors opening. I'm giving now to where I feel like I'm going to receive back, but it's all like balance, and everything's where it's supposed to be now. And I'm telling you, these here, right? You know for a fact one's higher than the other, right, at the time. And now it's saying, well, because now that the whole situation is done and over with, and now, this is coming into the end of the month, maybe even might take to the beginning of the month. But however it is, the scales are completely balanced now that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. for myself, and I'm better now. And I know that this was hell, you know, and I know that it was a karmic lesson that maybe I had to learn, they had to learn. However, karmics, you know, teach each other. If it's a love situation, it doesn't matter. It could just be all karmic. It's karmic no matter what. But the situation is the King of Pentacles over here. It says, aha, but I've come up within this situation. Why? Because I did what I was supposed to do. I tested the waters. I went for the Nine of Cups. I did what I wanted, but I wasn't tempted to stay. I wasn't tempted to throw it all away or give it all away or whatever was going on within the situation. I actually left when I knew I was supposed to leave. So I guarded myself. I guarded my energy, and I did what I was supposed to do. I knew what I was supposed to do. I know how long I was supposed to stay. I was staying long enough to where I didn't get consumed by a negative energy, where I didn't get consumed within the situation, where I could still see that there's Two of Cups behind me. See, because you don't want to get so consumed where you're like, oh my gosh, because now I'm here too long, I can only see the Three of Cups down. So you didn't want to do that because it caused personal setbacks. You knew that. So you said, boom, we're going to do it this way. So you accept the situation, you take what was yours, you hold tight to what is yours, right? You said, okay, I understand this lesson, but you know what? I played the game, right? I played the game. I got it, and I moved forward. You know, whether or not you've seen it as the game or whether you've seen it however it was going to be seen, it didn't matter at the time. It's how you see it once it's over, right? So once it's all over, you'll say, oh, yeah, that was some kind of karmic game, huh? You know? I got the lesson. I learned the lesson. They learned the lesson. I taught that lesson. They taught me a lesson, however it is. Right? But you have the Wheel of Fortune now opens up for that. There it is, because now everything's justified. Now your scales are what? Balanced, like I said before. So now it says, oh, okay. So now you have all the open doors. Okay, you had the ups, you had the downs, you had things that were unpredictable. We already said that. We already looked at the unpredictable. This was the unpredictable. Are you going to give it or are you not going to give it, right? When you're like, whatever. Okay? So now they're saying, aha, here's the turning point. Because no matter what, you're already on your destined path. So here's the turning point. So all that's going to do is make the Chariot go down the destined path that it's already ready to go on. Right? Because you made the changes. You did what you were supposed to do. I know. And sometimes the craziest things that we're supposed to do, you never assume that we were supposed to do those things. Why? Because it was meant to be that way. Right? Because that's the way it planned. That's the way it played out. That's the way it surfaced itself. That's the way it was set up on the checkerboard. Right? If you're playing chess, that's just the way it was. I'm sorry your knight is over here. You know, maybe he's dead. Maybe he's not dead. I don't know. Do we get a sideways knight on the game? I don't ever remember, but in the game of life, there are sideways knights, not on the board, right? So it's like he's dead one day, alive the next day. Well, I don't know how the hell that worked, but I don't know. Maybe he had, maybe you guys got spell work. I don't know. Is this Dungeons and Dragons freaking chess game? I don't know. He was resurrected, right? And came back. So it's unpredictable and unreliable. Well, that's when you said, oh, well, shit. No. I can't do that anymore because now I have to, no, I'm just going to throw my sword away. Whether you said he wins and I'm throwing my sword away, screw you, I don't care anymore. That's really what it's saying. You know, are you the guy with all the swords or are you the one walking away? It doesn't matter because you're walking away whether you stole his swords or not. Because you said, no. Because now I have my 9 of Cups. I got to go. Oh, because why? Because they're trying to what? Pull you in. Whatever conversation is going on within that situation, they're trying to pull you in, my friends, and you knew it. And you said, no, they might have been trying to live beyond your means. Ooh. You're like, no, because that's, no. It's just becoming too much obsession, too much insecurity, too much deception. Yeah, because you know that they're trying to get away with something, and you're like, nope, I got to pack up my shit, I got to go. I'm going to pack up this desk, I'm going to leave the desk, I don't care, maybe I don't even want my stuff, I'm just not even calling in, I'm out. Maybe pack up my house, I got to go, I'm not going to be in this relationship anymore. Do you see the point, though? So you knew something was going down and you were just like, And it doesn't have to be anything super shady. I mean, I know it sounds almost like, it's nothing, it doesn't have to be that shady, okay? But for some of you, it might be. You never know, right? It is a general reading. But it just felt like they were acting strategical about some stupid thing that either feels fraudulent, tricky, or just trying to get away with some nonsense that I don't want to have to deal with. Right? Okay. So, but it looks like in the end you win. Debt is set. Everything's set. Everything's played out. Everything was done. Universe said, well, I get the power to change. Develop awe and reverence for life. Yeah, because now you're saying it's all over with. Make gentleness a habit. Remind yourself that you are not, Remind yourself that you are a soul spirit being. Oh, not. That would have been the first time I ever said that. To feel your innate sense of truth, develop open-mindedness. But I think that a lot of this situation is not just the open-mindedness, but it was also a lot of intuition and lots of logical thinking going on in this situation, because it wasn't definitely the situation needs both. Because you're saying, I'm not sure how I'm going to devote my time to this situation, right? Because you're saying it right here, devoting yourself to discovering the highest truths within the situation. I mean, it could just be as little as, you know what, I knew you were cheating on me, and I'm going to sit over here and I'm going to play games with you until I get my truth, and then I'm out that fucking door, right? Before you tell me any more lies, right? I mean, literally, it could be something just like that, my friends, because, like I said, it's a general reading. It could be anything. I just keep hearing things over and over and over and over, all kinds of stuff going on. I'm hearing even things like money for school that I'm not using for school, I'm using to party. So, I mean, if I sat over here, it's like sometimes I wish I had a tape recorder in my head and just play it back, right? Be like, 5 minutes, here's everybody's thing. It came out of my brain, right? So, okay, my friends, until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.